My hardest time would probably be around 2.5 years ago, when my business was probably in full swing and I let it get the best of me. Probably overrun, burnt out, wasn't really focusing on myself or my own mental health or the people around me. I was just solely focused on the business, and that led to a massive deterioration in my own mental health.
Yeah, so I've lost 2 mates to suicide, as well as dealing with my own mental health, which has been pretty dark in the last couple of years, a few years ago. Just dealing with things incorrectly, getting burnt out, pushing people away that were really close to me for a very, very, very long time, and that's my experience.
You always hear about young kids mucking around in cars and being silly and being stupid, which I think we all did at one stage, but kind of hits home when you get a call from my dad and saying my cousin got killed. Yeah, that was pretty dark time. Found myself drinking a hell of a lot more, not hanging out with the same group of mates, hard to hang out with a few other people that led me not on the right track. Just a lot of sadness. Couldn't find happiness in anything.
Throughout that time, I lost emotion. I was flat all the time. I didn't really feel happy. I was kind of just cruising through day by day, just trying to get done what I had to get done, and there was never any enjoyment in what I was doing. Probably took me to physically and mentally burn out a couple of times, lose a couple of people out of my life that I probably shouldn't have at the time due to my own actions. And then that loss kind of made me reflect on myself and who I'd become, and was probably the impactful thing that made me have a change of direction.
Yeah, so the way that I got help, I picked up the phone and called my dad. It was probably the person that I pushed away the most, probably the hardest phone call I've probably had in my whole life. But getting real with him and telling him exactly where I was and where I was at and my struggles, and going through the motions that way, again, really, really difficult conversation. I had to get real with, and I had to face a lot of the things that I'd been pushing away for so long. But once I had that phone call, that then created a knock-on effect with getting into the right help, getting in to see doctors, getting in to see specialists, and that really took a turn for me, which was great.
And Mum come up and see me, and she kind of noticed, so she dragged me back to Tassie, started changing a few things, and stopped going out every weekend, stopped drinking, stopped all the other naughty stuff, and found my partner. That turned things around a lot. If you got something to say, go up to someone and tell them what you're really thinking, or ask if you can have a chat, sit down and talk it out, cry, do whatever you need to do. Like, I've cried on mates' shoulders before, absolutely sobbed my eyes out, and yeah, it helps a lot. Actually, I couldn't believe how much it did help, just letting out all the build-up stress and pressure that was built up for so many years. So,
first I got a dog. He was probably the first little step of help, and then I just started reaching out. I showed a bit of vulnerability for the first time in my life of what I thought that I could show. Being a man, you know, you've got that think about yourself, you've got to kind of uphold and be strong all the time, which is not true. So just showing that vulnerability and then reaching out to other people that are going through the same situations as most of us are, and just talking about it.
Talk to someone that's super close to you, get honest with what you're going through. There's no right or wrong way to feel about it. It's a difficult thing to get honest with, but if you can look at yourself and say, hey, you know what, I'm not heading down the right path, this is starting to affect me, this is starting to affect other people, then that's the time to get it sorted and to reach out. So you can do it, you're not alone, there are people there to help you. Yeah, just pick up that phone, that's all it comes down to.
Too many men have died this year due to mental health issues, so this month the team from Zanetto Builders will be reaching out to support Movember and raise awareness for mental health around Australia.